Afternoon.
Oh, good afternoon, Josh. How you doing? We're back.
Well, it's been like a week and a bit.
Oh, 2 weeks or something. It feels like forever.
It does, doesn't it?
I had all my business meetings, and then you were a bit sick last week. You feeling better now?
Yeah. Back to the headache though. I've been like grinding my teeth in my sleep, so I've like my jaw's all tight and I've got a headache. But
Why would you do it, you dickhead? Come on.
I don't know.
Always grinding. Come on, stop it.
Need to go back to getting. You ever sleep with like a gum shield?
No, I'm not a dickhead. I can control my teeth, Josh. That's what a lot of people say about me. They're in fine control of my teeth.
It gets louder. I wake myself up like it sounds like a explosion or something, and I realize I've just been grinding.
You're gonna end up with little like ground down pegs. Like you won't be able to eat vegan steaks anymore or whatever you eat.
Yeah.
Good
I don't know what
lord.
it is.
Well, gosh, we're back. We're here to talk about alternative comics, Manga Chat, the #1 YouTube show for news and gossip about alternative comics. We're back.
Should we start with a big plug?
Let's do it. Oh, it's the new Bubbles. Yep.
You have yours?
Yeah, mine turned up yesterday. I spent some time with it last night. I had a great time.
Yeah, it's a good one. The road trip issue.
Yep, it's Bubbles. We talk about Bubbles a lot on the show. We've had Brian Baines, the editor of Bubbles, on the show. It's a good one.
It was one of it. I really like this Partners and Son interview.
Me too. Yeah, I read a bit of it. I read a bit of the beguiling. So Brian travelled around. He did a road trip to all these different alternative comic shops. Yeah, Partners and Son in Philadelphia, where you are, Josh.
Yeah.
Went to the Beguiling in Toronto. Desert Island, of course, Partners. Yeah, Copacetic, another great shop. I think Copacetic closing down, or it's like going online, and what's it called now? It's called something new.
I heard something like that, but I don't know what the details are.
Yeah, I'm slightly confused about it, but I think, I don't know. Anyway, yeah, fun issue, different to the regular issues.
You notice in this picture here, that's the view from the front when you first walk in. Like you can see that from the window. They have warm television there on the, and that's because they know that if they don't have my comic on display in the window, I would flip that table over.
Oh, you'd be pissed, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
They've got my art book there as well. I saw below your book, bottom right.
Yeah.
So I was happy to see that because I would have virtually tipped the tables over. And so yeah, good job, Tom and Gina. You've kept us happy there.
Yeah, they know I'd go fucking mental if they put somebody else in that spot.
But yeah, fun issue. Very text heavy. Just Brian. I love Brian's writing. I love his positivity. He's telling these stories about all these different shops. It's a great snapshot of where the industry or whatever is, or the retail sector is in 2023. Yeah. Fascinating, fun stuff. Also, you've got like a transcription of John Porcelino's talk at Beloit College, an interview with Anand, who Brian published his book. There's an ad on the back. One of my favorite books of 2023.
Same.
You've also got over 65 reviews of new comics. Just Brian's capsule reviews, just pages and pages of very informative capsule reviews. Again, such a snapshot of everything that's going on. Do not bother reading the Comics Journal or Soul Rad or any of these websites. You can if you want, but like this is where it's at. This is such wide coverage of everything that's going on. If you love alternative comics, you've got to pick up Bubbles.
Yeah, he gets a little bit of criticism for these reviews being too positive, but I feel like he's just picking the ones he likes. They're
That's what I like about Bubbles. It's quite positive, and he just seems to like a bit of everything, and it really is just a generous, broad snapshot of everything. I cannot fault Brian. If anyone insults Brian, it's just like, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, it's just him saying these are the good ones. Like, why does he need to be like, here's the shit ones too? I don't think he needs to do that.
No, that's fuck that kind of negativity. It's ridiculous.
Werewolf Jones is in there too. I didn't notice that.
Yeah, I know. We've got Warm Television, the Werewolf Jones. I got my art book in there. Quality pictures. Speaking of quality pictures, that was a fun thing for me, and you probably too, Josh. In the middle of this is a copy of our anthology we edited, Quality Pictures.
Yeah.
sort of a bootleg 90s style Xerox one with big fat white borders, untrimmed, which I quite like. It's very 90s.
Which is funny. I noticed on eBay yesterday someone paid $125 for a copy of Quality Pictures.
No. Fools. I think 300 of these went out to subscribers, like in the middle, and I think another 200 or so was sold. Just if you ordered an Anand's book or any issue of Bubbles off the Bubbles website, you got a copy of this. So about 550 or 600 or something of them went out.
Yeah,
it was a surprise. Some of them with people knowledgeable, but I believe sold out now. I think Brian said last night there are only like 6 copies left, and I saw this morning sold out.
But it was up for like almost 3 days, so you know, if you're going to email us being like, "Oh, you're going to do a reprint," you had a chance.
You had
window.
Yeah, there were several. I posted about it on all the socials. There were several days where you could just pay like $8 to Brian for a copy of Bubbles, and you got the free copy in the middle. So you know, you had your chance. You know, maybe someone was waiting for their payday. I mean, that could be an actual thing. You know, which I understand. But yeah, you'll have to go on eBay and pay $120 for a copy of Quality Pictures, I suppose. I think that's it. I don't think we'll reprint it now.
No, it's a good amount.
We did. Yeah, we did 200 of them. Brian did like 600, so quite a few have gotten out there. I hope some people will, you know, look up Ethan Llewellyn and like follow him, or you know, Vit Moretta, like J. Webster Sharp. I hope people enjoy this and they'll go and seek out the artists and give them a follow and you know, check them out. Yeah, fun stuff.
Brian.
Yeah, thanks Brian for doing that. You know, slinking around Virginia looking for cheap Xeroxes and making it happen, and yeah, it's really fun. That was the end. There's a little subscribers note there. I had a 3-issue subscription to Bubbles, and you usually get like a fun gift with every issue. So I think January again there'll be another subscription going up for the years. I highly recommend getting the Bubbles subscription because who knows what other fun things you'll get as a subscriber, and it supports Brian and it supports the scene. Yeah, fantastic issue. A lot of fun with that last night on the couch, just going through that. It was a whale of a time.
Are we going to be doing a year-end list? Jesse DeRocco says, are you going to be doing a year-end list?
I think so, Josh. We discussed it, didn't we? I think we definitely next week or something we can do a best of list. Some of our picks of our favourite books of the year. It's the time of the year. Everyone's doing the best of lists.
Yeah. I think I've figured out mine already. My top 10.
Top 10? Fucking hell.
Crapmaster Zach was saying his top 10 in the comments before.
He was he?
Started.
Well,
we'll get Crapmaster Zach's top 10 too.
I definitely want to get Crapmaster Zach on pretty soon. Still reeling from the 100 Nuggets subscriber special that Crapmaster Zach did on his YouTube. He just did a fantastic Panera Bread life hack to get free lemonades. Not the poisonous caffeine-filled stuff that's been killing people recently, but just regular lemonade. Be careful, Zach, please. We love you. I should do a quick plug here, Josh. I just got a box of these in the mail. It's the Polish Crisis Zone. It's called Quarantana by Simon Hanselmann. It's I think it's the 4th. It is quite thick. I mean, you know, 300 pages or something. It was a hefty exercise for me. The greatest webcomic of all time, Crisis Zone from 2020.
But it's hardcover.
It is a hardback. Yep.
Nice.
Yeah. So it's all it's all in Polish. So if you're in Poland, go check this out. It's from Timoff Comics. Timof.
Yeah.
That's Timoff Comics. Look for the elephant.
Nice.
Yeah, excited about that. This
the
was originally
quality.
Oh, the elephant of quality, indeed. Riding on into town, the circus of quality. Because I put all the logos in the back of this. I remember when I finished it, like you can see all those logos there: Fulgencio Pimentel, Dupois, Fantagraphics, Lystring. Swedish, French. You can see the Timoff elephant there, but it's only just come out. I think Timoff signed the deal in 2020, and then I guess they don't want to do the book or something, but it's just finally come out 3 years too late. Horribly dated material in here. Your mileage may vary.
No one knows what Tiger King is. No one remembers Tiger King, or
No, God no, or Kanye's run for presidency, or the pandemic. Perhaps everyone was so stoned and drunk in their hovels. Yeah, to our 1 or 2 potentially Polish viewers, go check it out.
Yeah.
I can't imagine we have a lot of Polish viewers. I picked this up the other day. This Night Bus by Zhao Ma from Drawn and Quarterly, like a Chinese cartoonist. I was flipping through a bunch of that Frankie and Nicole. Do you know that series? Like Cornelius and Le Requin's Marteau kind of joint publish it in France. It's a big, thick anthology thing. One will be called Frankie, and then the next issue will be Nicole, and then Frankie
Oh,
again.
yeah, yeah. I know. I've issue 2, I think, of Nicole.
Yeah, I think Cornelius does the Nicoles and Le Requin's Marteau does the Frankies. It's incredibly confusing. I have no idea what's going on, but I've got a ton of them. What's that, Josh?
Yeah, just the issue itself is confusing. It's like,
yeah, it is, because like the Frankie ones have like no page numbers or no names, and it's like, well, who the fuck did what? But then the Nicole ones always have the artist name on the top of every page, so it's incredibly easy to. But anyway, I was sitting around. My kid was futzing about in the spare room, and I was just sort of looking at the shelf. I think we're folding some laundry, and I pulled down a Frankie or a Nicole, and there was a Zhao Ma strip in there. You know, I was like, what the fuck is this? Like, I never sat down to look at it properly, I guess, but I was just, it was this story here, I think, and I was just, you know, we've been on a big Suge kick recently and stuff, and it just sort of fed into that, and just looked really fucking good. So, you know, I was just like, wow, what the fuck is this? And yeah, tracked it down, found the name, and went and bought this book. Yeah, it looks really good. Haven't really cracked into it much yet. It's just sort of sitting around the studio.
nice.
Some lovely color pages, and there's like 4 watercolor pages in here that are quite beautiful. Yeah, anyway, I think this came out 2021. I'm late to the party, but yeah, Zhao Ma Night Bus looks quite good. Yeah, one of the NPR best books of 2021. New York Times says a highlight.
Yeah.
I got this the other day. I ordered this from Partners and Sons. It's the Underground Kingdom comics, British thing. It was Kickstarter recently. I bought this pretty much solely for the Ethan Llewellyn stuff in here. We can see on this side here. So
I think
the red.
Matt Greaves edits that, right?
I believe so. The red spot colors are very nice here on Ethan's work.
Yeah.
I must say this logo is terrible.
Yeah.
It's incredibly off-putting. Really, really bad. But yeah, you know, pretty fun. That the highlight for me was the Ethan Llewellyn stuff. That's why I bought it. You know, you got some.
Who else is in it?
This computery looking stuff by Tom Neeshaw.
Oh, I know. I know Tom.
This looks like editor Matt Greaves in here, sort of an old timey kind of style, fun cartoonery, and yeah, James Corcoran, Daryl Thorpe, and Adam Falp.
Nice.
Yeah, I was going to pick up the other one. It had Anna Redman or Reedman in there. I think she just won the Guardian like prize, the Guardian, you know, fiction comics prize. But she just did a pin up in that one, so I was like, I'm not going to buy it just for a pin up. And I'm just dipping my feet into her work. I think Ethan tipped me off to her a few months ago, and she seems interesting. One to watch, especially winning the Guardian Fiction Prize for comics, or whatever the fuck it's called. But yeah, I didn't buy the horror one. I just bought the crime one. But it's that logo. I'm telling you, that logo is part of the reason. I was just like, I think I'll just get the one with Ethan in it. No offense, Matt, but just, yeah, I don't know. Maybe Ethan could have done the logo, maybe. But
yeah,
there's just something about that really bothers me. Yeah, it seems fun overall. Fun project. Lots of young British cartoonists in there. There's also the horror issue. That's the crime one. I got it at Partners and Sons. I don't know if it's available at like Secret Headquarters, or it's probably a Desert Island. I don't know. Have a dig about, but yeah, nice Ethan Llewellyn strip in there that I enjoyed quite a bit.
Seems like things are really happening in the UK right now. It's, you know, it's like what else? But it seems like,
a little bit. Yes, certainly more so than when I lived there from 2008 to 2011. There was barely anything going on. I mean, there's the Famicom crew and stuff. Your Sadlers, your Chandlers, but aside from that, I mean. Yeah, Breakdown Press hadn't started up yet. I think No Brow was just starting, and I've never been a huge No Brow fan. I mean, I don't want to be negative, but it's not a lot of the work was. Breakdown Press is more my speed, or more to my tastes. But still, it would have meant cartoonists. It would have meant more events. But yeah, I don't know. I guess Thought Bubble was happening at that time. I'm not sure. Maybe I was just too scared to go or something, or just too stoned. I don't know.
Well, it's quite far up north, isn't it? It's like, you know, who wants to go that far up north in England?
It is. Whereabouts is it? Is it in Brighton or something, or Bristol or something?
I think it's all the way up near, like, way up north. But I don't know.
Really?
Could be wrong.
I was touring around. I was doing music stuff. I was playing the Big Chill. I went up to Salford and did a show. Like, I was getting about. But so I guess I was just less interested in comics. I don't know. I mean, I wasn't. I was starting to do Meg and Mog. It was all popping off. I was pounding out the zines, selling them at my gigs. I say selling, Josh, but no one was really buying Meg and Mog zines at these shows. Their loss. Those original zines are probably worth a bit of money now on the old internet. Yeah.
Also, YA, the Thought Bubble lineup last year looked all didn't look that interesting to me. So maybe I don't know. Maybe it was just always not great at festival. I don't know.
Well, a lot of these shows are a bit YA these days. I mean, hopefully these people will grow up and start reading comics for adults. But I don't know. YA sort of tends to be read by adults these days. Sort of Arrested Development kind of activisty adults. They love the YA. Good for them. There. Another pickup. This also got this from Partners and Sons in the same package. It's a Monster Fan Club, sort of edited and written by Jason T. Miles. Nice shaky cane cover there. Some sparkly stuff. So some nice red foil on the blood and the logo. Yeah, published by Floating World Comics, a fantastic publisher.
They've been going mental with the foil. Was it Michael Mouse has that gold spine?
It does, yeah. It looks nice, that Michael Mouse book. Looks quite lovely. It's recommended. It's a recommended one.
Yeah.
Yeah, Monster Fan Club. It's another anthology kind of thing with Jason Miles fucking about some monsters. I predominantly bought this for some these Noel Frybert pages in here. Some sort of Noel doesn't seem to draw comics much anymore. He's done some sort of sloppy kind of computery kind of comics in here, a 2-pager and a 1-pager. But I'm a big Frybert fan. I have all the weird magazines. I have a massive stack of Frybert work. I'm always talking about his Toy Box Coffin project on here, where he's selling old manga on the Toy Box Coffin shop, and he's reprinting a bunch of old CF works and Leomi Sadler works, and maybe he'll reprint some of his own works. He's sort of drifted away from cartooning. Seemingly started making like cloth lambs, and then just become an old manga peddler. So interesting trajectory, Noel. But no matter what you do, I'm always a fan. I love it. Like with Jaco Palesvuo, I don't care if he's making felt hats, weird movies, comics, or diagrams. I kind of just like it all.
Yeah.
Kind of like when cartoonists branch out and do other things. It can be interesting.
Yeah.
Hey, you got some Jesse McManus in here. Or maybe it's pronounced McManus, but I've heard it said McManus. Yeah, it looks interesting. Your shaky cane business in here, and it's pretty fun. It was $10. So if you're a big Noel Frybert completist, you got to get this.
What's that called?
It's called Monster Fan Club.
Okay, Monster Fan Club.
Yeah, it seems quite fun. Used to hang out with Jason a lot when he worked at the Fantagraphics office. He was the print buyer for a couple of stints, and I'd draw in the office and we'd hang out. And we had a bit of a falling out over that All-Time Comics when Fanta was doing All-Time Comics, and I did a Truth Zone making fun of it. And he was sort of part of that, and I think it offended him a bit. I went a bit too far in my mockery.
Yeah.
I feel kind of bad about it, but not that bad. But yeah, love Jason. He's a good guy, interesting artist. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, some of Jason. I believe this is some of Jason's work here. His style's always morphing and changing, and interesting. Black shadings and stuff. A bit Frybert-y in a way. Frybert was sort of doing stuff like that for a while before he sort of dropped out of the comics scene a little bit. Or never left, as I said. He's a big salesman, a big spruiker. But this is a good one to get, but a sad one. I saw Victoria at a Clouds event I went to last week, and I got the Joe Matt Memorial book. I didn't make it to the memorial because I was sick. But yeah, lovely little memorial zine with some, just full of lovely ephemera and stuff. It's a bit sad looking through this the other night and just sort of, where is it? I saw the, sorry, Josh. Sorry, terrible, how unprofessional. This lovely image here, this Popeye image. I think one of the last things Joe did, I saw the original of that the other day at Sammy Harkham's studio. Held it in my hands and looked at it. It was beautiful. Klaus was kind of like, what the fuck was he doing, making all these like lush, beautiful paintings and not finishing Peep Show 15? Which I did. I actually flipped through the originals to Peep Show 15 the other day, which is quite thrilling. I didn't read it because I didn't want to spoil it. But yeah, me and Dan both got to flip through this stack of the originals for. It's 50. Is it 15? Yeah. Spent was 4 issues. It was 11, 12, 13, 14. So yeah, Peep Show 15. But yeah, thrilling to look through that. Some sketchbooks and yeah, see the originals of some of this stuff. Yeah. Yeah, nice little Joe Matt celebration of life zine there, and yeah, it was nice to see Vicky again.
Yeah,
moving. I think she's leaving LA off to Philly, perhaps. Or I do know she's off to Philly. I'm not doxing her. I'm not doxing someone just by saying a town that they're living in.
Yeah, although it is a very small city, so
yeah. Well, you'll be seeing her around, I guess, at the Jimmy Brown gigs.
Yeah.
I finally got these Nate Garcia ones in the mail.
Oh yeah.
I was surprised by this one. I thought this one was going to be like a sketchbooky kind of one based on the cover, but it's full on comics. I mean, it's like, you know, it seems like a full on brand new Alonzo thing. Don't know where you can pick these up from.
I think that story's in. I don't know. I could be wrong. I think it's in Flippy though, but
it is. Maybe it might just be a preview zine. It's called Suicide Prevention.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It might be another preview, but either way, I've got the original zine. I got the Empty Wire, the Molly Dwyer, Nate Garcia split sketchbook. Which, you know, some nice stuff in here. Just, you know, some flexing, some good doodles, some nice line work, nice and thick. Yeah, I got Molly's solo comic as well, the Babsy and Maud, and I was just struck. It's I really like it, but it's so thin. It's 12 pages. It says $10. And I was like handling this. It's on like thick, you know, paper. It's quite thick, and I picked this up, and it's like, hang on, it just feels like a sheet of paper. But yeah, it's just $10 for 12 pages. Incredibly thin feeling, but you know, the content is good. I did enjoy the content. Yeah, they've been popping off there. The Philly kids, the Manson kids, Austin English's Manson children.
Yeah.
I believe Floyd Tangerman and Nate Garcia are in San Francisco right now. Don't know what they're doing there. Probably just up to trouble. I think they're coming to LA and doing some kind of gig at secret headquarters later this week on Friday or Saturday. I'm not sure. So LA heads, get on in there to secret headquarters, find out about that, and go and see Tangerman and Garcia. Speaking of LA, Permanent Damage was this weekend.
I saw.
Yeah, I didn't make it down. I wanted to, but I went to my mother-in-law's to help set up Christmas decorations. Then my brother-in-law came over, and all the kids were there, the cousins, everyone was running around, and I didn't get out of there till like 2:30. And then I was just like, oh, fuck, I can't do this. I got children to feed. And
were you on a ladder? I can't imagine you on a ladder for some reason.
No, footstool and just carrying heavy things. Yeah, no, I'm quite tall. I'm 6'1", so I'm able to. I don't need a ladder. That's for soft cocks. Make it down. I talked to Harry Nordlinger a bit. He said it was a bit quiet there. I think the last winter one that we did last year, Josh, together, was a bit quiet compared to the summer ones. So I was hoping for Keenan Marshall Keller, the organizer, that it'd be a jumping one.
Yeah.
I wanted to promote it last week on the Manga Chat, but we didn't manage to get on the old blower. So
I mean, everybody spent their Christmas money. You know, it's like, I don't know. It's a weird time to hold the event.
I think HANSELMANN and Pettinger weren't there, so that's probably going to affect. You know, they didn't have their big draws. You know, I mean, you know, a new Ted Wood comic that's going to pack them in.
Yeah, I suppose it's yeah.
But I think everyone had fun. I mean, you know, Cameron Hathaway was there. It seems like he had fun, and just the whole gang. I think Johnny Ryan was supposed to be there. Didn't see any photo evidence. Maybe he snubbed it, but I don't think so. I saw Jaime Hernandez was there, and Skelly, and a lot of heads. But yeah, I really wanted to get down, but yeah, family business. You know, I had a lovely day, so it's all right. But yeah, would have liked to have seen Harry. That was the main reason I wanted to go, just to say, you know, hi to Harry and give him a cuddle and stuff. But anyway,
that's a shame.
Have you got my photos uploaded, Josh? I could do my little slideshow presentation.
Yeah.
Let's get that first photo up. So last week on Thursday was the Dan Clowes event at the Museum of Contemporary Art. I think it was the final stop of his tour. There's Christine McKenna there on the left. journalist, writer, who was interviewing Dan. She was a fascinating character. I think she was in the middle of an anecdote there about interviewing James Brown years ago.
Wow.
And just talking about James Brown, and she was like a biographer with David Lynch, like worked with David Lynch on his biography. Fascinating woman, used to write about all like, you know, early punk music in the late 70s for the LA Times, and yeah, fascinating woman with some real energy, and she was great. Great interview with Dan. So yeah, we got to hang out in the green room. You got a second picture up there, Josh. Right outside the green room, inexplicably at the Museum of Contemporary Art, was a big box of jumbo corn dogs. Don't really know why the Museum of Contemporary Art would have a big box of corn dogs. It seems sort of like below their sort of level of class.
Are these frozen, or like are these just thawing out there? What's going on?
They're just sitting there. I'm assuming they were thawing or rotten. I mean, rotten corn dogs. Yeah, incredibly scummy. Really lowered my, you know, sort of view of the Museum of Contemporary Art. It was it says Dan on stage with Christine. Otherwise, a lovely event, but marred by the smell of rotting corn dogs. Yeah, Christine just jumped into heavy questions with Dan straight away. The first question was like about like the morality of family or something. Like, does Dan believe in like family? It was feeding into the themes of the book Monica, but right off the bat, philosophical and probing, and yeah, she's very good. Disarms people and gets some very good answers out of them. And
yeah, I tried watching the CXC talk. I think it's on YouTube. The CXC one. It was a bit. Questions were a bit, iffy, but this one was a good one.
It was very entertaining. I've seen a lot of these Dan interviews recently, and oh god, sit through another one. But yeah, this was a banger. I could have listened to them. They were like, "Oh, let's take questions from the audience." Oh no, the audience! Oh, those idiots! Like no, but I could have listened to her talk to Dan for another like 3 hours or something. And then Jacob, our friend Jacob, bootlegger, Matt Groening bootlegger, Jacob. Funeral map giver Jacob. He got these old things signed. This is Psycho comics from like 1980 or something. That is some incredibly rare Clowes work.
Is this issue 1 of Psycho?
I think it says volume 1, number 1 down there. It's a bit blurry on the edition.
This one. I have issue 2.
Yes, Jacob had that one as well. But yeah, number 1 seems lesser seen. I'd never seen it before, and it was quite thrilling to flip through that old work. It was very early Clowes work I'd never seen before. Bring up another slide, Josh. I mean, look at that shit. Like that weird clown there on the top right. Is it a clown? I don't know, but I mean, you can kind of see, how it will become Clowes, but that's, rough, unruled line work. This is crazy. Bill Trouble in Danger at its best. I mean, that face down there on page 8, bottom middle. I mean, you can see the Clowsiness in there, but it's also just so different. And yeah, I'd never seen this stuff. It was a real treat to flip through this.
Bottom left panel looks. You can see like David Boring kind of thing going on. But the face on the top right is just like it's mental.
It's like he's fighting against himself. Like he's trying to stick with his classical sort of realist style, and you can see that Clowesian kind of angularity or whatever it is sort of coming out. And yeah, I mean, he must have been like 20 or something when those were coming out. Like, he's 62, I think. So 1980, 81, he was like 20 something. So, incredible work for, like a younger person, like, Jubenville levels.
They have fun, like on this one, they have like,
oh, wow.
It says artwork by Daniel Clowes, lettered by Chick Chumley.
Chick Chumley. It's a fake name like Stosh Gillespie or something. It could be Dan fucking about, but
yeah,
that's fascinating stuff to look at. Jacob let us take them out of the bags and have a look at them. It's very nice of him, and I think he was proud to be showing them off. I would be. Yeah, you can see those Clowesian touches starting to come in, but yeah.
But yeah, bottom left. Look at that walk-in on the bottom left there.
Yeah, you can see it. It looks like Clay Loudermilk from Like a Velvet Glove, essentially. You can see it, but other stuff going on there. Look at this. We're like kayfabe, aren't we? Take that, kayfabe. Eat shit, motherfuckers. Yeah, there we go. It's the last page there, I think. You can see that bottom left, like popping out of the sewer. It's that's starting to become what would be like Lloyd Llewellyn's style.
Yeah, it's like in this one I have like you have this squirt story where it gets a bit more.
Oh yeah, Freddie Brown.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow, yeah, he's loosening up there and like.
And there's one face in this one. Let's see if I can find it real quick. It's like where he's sunbathing, and that's when it's the first like very Klaus face in this issue, but yeah, I'm not gonna find it.
I'm just enjoying this comment here from Ross Stewart. Christine McKenna interviewing Jimmy Brown for a new Brown on Brown. She'd split him right open. I would pay to see that. That would be fucking amazing.
Yeah.
I should take this opportunity to say the new Jimmy Brown album is out right now.
Torture. It's
Torture.
Yeah.
It's good.
It's good, isn't it? There's some bangers on there. I was enjoying listening to that. Especially, I couldn't stop laughing at the first song being a Drake cover.
Yes, Hotline Bling by Jimmy Brown. His inimitable covering style. And yeah, my favorite so far is I texted you a picture of the sunset and you never wrote me back or something like that. It's a long title, but lovely song up there for me with all the classic Jim bangers. I was worried because Jim, he told me that he had a bit of writer's block for a while.
Yeah.
But he's back. He's I don't know. He got back on the booze or something. He stopped doing the transcendental meditation and he's back. He's back.
That's good.
Anyways, yeah, check out the new Jim. What was that picture you just? Wow, what a couple of well-wiped assholes. There they are. It's Sammy Harkham there on the left and Dan Clowes on the right, hanging out there. You can see a nice Burns original on the back there. I think it's Black Hole number 6. Looking nice there, next to like a Ben Jones original. Yeah. The next day after the Clowes event, we went to a lovely dinner. I had this chicken. It was these potatoes, incredible. But yeah, went over to Sammy's. I was like, what are Dan and I going to do? Like, we're going to pass the time. Like, we'll go over to Sammy's house and we hung out, smoked some ciggies by the pool, and went down to the Clark Street Diner. Had a lovely hamburger. We laughed about things, talked about things we love, talked about Hollywood, talked about films and cinema. Got a recommendation from Dan for us. It's a Dan Clowes film recommendation. It's Burning by Lee Chang-dong. It's a Korean film, I believe. I bought this on his recommendation and checked it out. It's got Stephen Yeun from the Walking Dead in it. That'll be interesting. So you can watch this and pretend that you're Dan Clowes. Like, I'm Dan Clowes watching a movie. So if there's any big Dan Clowes fans out there, fans, you can clowns they call themselves. You can watch that and pretend that you are Dan Clowes watching a Korean movie.
Yeah. Or they can pretend that he recommended it to them.
They could, yeah. How exciting. Yeah. How exciting for all the fans out there. But yeah, it was a lovely day, lovely time. Didn't kill them. I think I did pull onto the wrong side of the road accidentally at one point. Like, I can turn here. And they were like, what the fuck are you doing? But I think that was the only incident. I was worried. I did have worried that I was going to kill Dan Clowes and myself. People would be very mad at me that I killed Dan in a traffic accident. But luckily, I avoided doing that. Yeah, so that was a fun couple of days. Kept me busy. Basically, a 4-day weekend. All Thursday, all Friday sort of taken up, and then the weekend. Oh shit! I'm trying to draw like a family Christmas card right now, and I'm having a lot of trouble getting it done.
Yeah.
Especially, I've been taking all these meetings recently. I've been taking a lot of high-powered meetings and secret projects. Been very enjoyable, but the stomach has been dancing about and cartwheeling, and it's been an interesting, fun time. Yeah. And I've been drinking a lot of spiced mulled wine in the evenings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds nice.
It really is. I just heat it up cup by cup in my little saucepan and then just tip it in and just, I've got cherry ones, I've got classic mull, I've got apple, around the Christmas tree, around the menorah. It's fucking lovely. Just full holidays mode. Doing it for the kids. I used to hate Christmas, used to hate the holidays. Bar humbug. I just want to work and just like fuck off. But now that I've got a kid, it's completely different, and I absolutely adore the holidays. Yeah.
Yeah.
Enjoying it through fresh, innocent eyes.
Sounds nice.
I'm just an incredibly good parent. I mean, I don't think. I think if there was a competition for like best dad, I may well win it. I don't think there'd be a lot of competition, frankly. I don't want to toot my own horn too much, but you know, killing
Are you talking like globally or just like comics, Dad? What do you?
globally, universally, yeah, galaxionally. Yeah, no, just kicking ass, really, just taking care of business, Josh.
Nice.
Yeah, got the rabbit out last night as well. I got a special gate that I put around the tree and the cord, so then Monty the rabbit can come and frolic around the house while I'm doing the dishes. He's like popping all these little jumps off and doing his happy jumps and buffing about. Yeah, just really taking care of business around the house, Josh. Really, really just kicking ass. Yeah, no, it is. It's quite nice. Yeah, what else is going on though? I think I showed off all these comics here. I got this Yan Kong mini comic. I showed off one of his books a few weeks ago. It's one of those Kuss minis. I like Yan Kong, so I picked this up from Partners and Sons while I was getting those other comics. But I really enjoy his pencil work. Yeah, it's a lovely cityscape there, smudgy pencils, and it's got a nice vibe to it. Yeah, two kind of surreal stories in here. Some interesting bubble work, like speech bubbles. Like you got to read the bottom one and the top one, but no indication of the way it works. This conversation. Yeah. I don't know if that was intentional or if it was just a fuck up, but intriguing either way.
Just poorly written. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe just poorly laid out, but generally, I love Yan Kong's work. I recommend it. Don't know if there's a lot in English. I've got like two sort of zine type things now, and one of them was printed in Latvia. I know there was a French edition, a thick version of his work put up by Misma a few years ago, perhaps. But anyway, yeah, interesting cartoonist to watch. One of my recent faves.
Nice, yeah.
What else is going on?
I don't know. I haven't bought many comics recently. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it's been a bit quiet. I know, it's been 2 weeks. But yeah, what's happened? There hasn't been a lot of. There's all bullshit going on in the mainstream world, but I don't want to talk about Mark Miller.
Oh yeah, that's been
and all that waffle and sad comic shop owners and just people fighting. Just these factions of people that like to fight. I feel like we're a couple of Malcolm in the Middles and just kind of, I don't know, draw our stuff and read the stuff we like. And
I was going to suggest we get the sad comic book shop owner on.
No, he's too sad. So no, I prefer the bubbles with just he drives around and just talks to all the alternative comic shop owners. I just can't recommend this enough.
No, it's a fun issue, Brian. I think when I hung out with Brian time before last in Philadelphia, I think is when he was putting this one together. So I guess he'd just interviewed Gina and Tom. Yeah.
I have a lot of flashbacks of Short Run reading that, just because Brian was staying with us, and we were hanging out with Anand, and just Oh, that was a lovely trip.
It was, wasn't it?
I just got my art all back from the art show. Kelly sent back all the art. It was very well packed. Thank you, Kelly, if you're watching.
Great corners. No folded corners.
No, the art was. I think I scared her with the value of the art. And she's, oh shit, need to pack this well. Alex Graham's artwork was just thrown into a toilet and shipped off. No, Alex is doing very well. Probably be talking about Alex Graham on the best of the year special. I don't know. I've got to get my list together. Yeah, it's been some good comics this year. We'll get into it, but it's been a pretty good year.
It's been a good year. I think. What would you say, like a vintage year?
Yeah, was Blood of the Virgin this year, or was that late last year? I can't remember.
I was wondering that. I think it was this year.
The Liam Cobb book was definitely up there for me. What Awaits Them by Liam Cobb, that was high on my list this year.
Me too. I think that we'll go through. We'll do like a end of year list, maybe before Christmas.
Yeah, we have to. Yeah, before Christmas Day, we could give the gift of Manga Chat to all of our 4 fans.
Crapmaster Zach says it was this year, which I guess he's telling the truth. I can't imagine he'd lie to us.
Crapmaster Zach is an honourable man.
Yeah. Ethan Llewellyn reckons Burning's the best film ever made.
Wow, really? Okay. We were all talking about Ethan, me and Klaus and Harkham. We were all sitting around having a Klaus was an uninformed newbie, but I was like flashing the phone at him, like, look at this, he's good. And he was like, he gave it the seal of approval. He pulled out like a little stick and like dubbed the phone. Like, yeah, there we go. Yeah, Ethan Llewellyn, Wonder Watch. Check him out in Quality Pictures. Check out Ethan in the British thing from before. He's in the underground. Check out Ethan Llewellyn. Hope that new issue of NAF is coming along, Ethan. You better be working hard on that. Stay off the goon.
Yeah, it's been crazy to watch him. He's already a great artist, but it's like it gets better every single time he posts something. It's like better than the last thing. It's someone to watch.
Yeah, 100%. Definitely someone to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were talking about this, like sort of new humor movement. Like there is sort of more people coming along now, younger dudes and dudettes, and everything in between. Just doing sort of funnier, more fun kind of comics, and just moving away from the poetry and activism kind of areas. And it's very exciting for me.
Yeah.
You know, I'd see my influence in some of this stuff as well. So it's nice. I feel proud. It's like, you know, getting older. I'm an older cartoonist. But it's like, yeah, people, you know, some people have been warped by me perhaps, and are just doing sort of like funny, sad kind of fun comics. Yeah, it's nice.
Lovely stuff.
Yeah, keep an eye on your Ethan Llewellyn.
Yeah.
Keep your eyes peeled. Manga chat tears. So that's quite infantilizing saying that. Yeah. Yeah, I guess the year's over, isn't it? I mean, it's December 12th. I don't know if there's going to be any more big releases. Publishers are frankly stupid to put out books at this time of year.
Yeah, I think that's it for the year, probably.
Yeah.
I guess Nate's Flippy kind of semi out.
Yeah. It's been on pre-order for like 2 months or something. Austin English soaking up all the sales, so then Nate will be lumbered with a bunch of copies and be unable to sell them.
Yeah, I mean,
great.
and then the Bubbles best of year list will probably be in April.
Or the March or April, depending when Brian can get the next issue together. But that'll be exciting. But yeah, the end of year list will start coming out. I'm still reeling, Josh. You told me in a private phone call the other day that about some artist who got like it's like a $230,000 advance from like a pretty small publisher. I still think it must be a mistake. Like you must have had shit in your ears, Josh, and you heard like 20,000, which would still be high. But
yeah, should we? I don't know. I'll have to confirm. I'll have to confirm it. But
yeah, I wanted to all night I've been thinking about it. I just wanted to like write to this publisher, just like this can't you can't have paid that much for this project. Like I'm sorry, like you're not going to make your money back. Like, do you have more money than sense? Are you just like, do you have like a millionaire daddy? Like what the are you insane? Like what the fuck? But
yeah.
So much talk about advances, like, you know, in the professional realm of cartoonists, and, you know, just conversation moaning about, you know, so we want a living wage, and it's like, your book's going to sell like maybe 1,500 copies, like at the most. Like you can't expect such a high level of money. Like it's just that the infrastructure is not there. The readership needs to be built up more. But then you tell me that this person's getting like 230K. I've heard of people at Pantheon getting like, 6 figures.
Yeah.
100,000 for a book or something, but not that much from a very small indie publisher. Like, I don't know. I'm confused, and I was silent for like 30 seconds after you told me that. I just lay there, just like dumbfounded, and I think you thought I'd hung up or something. But
Yeah, I think I mean, this is from the direct from the person's mouth, but
I saw that person's wedded partner online grubbing about for like money the other day, saying, I need to sell these artworks cheap so I can pay for medicine and bills this week. So you could ask your partner. They're apparently fucking loaded. But I guess the money's not come in yet. I don't know.
Well, we're getting specific here, so let's
It's all on the down low, but it's all hypotheticals. But yeah, it's just a lot of money. It's baffling, exciting in a way. I mean, if that becomes the industry standard, fantastic. But I did the rough math of how many copies they'd need to sell to cover that advance, and it's astronomical. It just doesn't make sense, Josh. I'm confused. But yeah, maybe I should go with that publisher I was thinking as well. I mean, standard is like, it used to be like $800 or $500 like 10 years ago, and I think it went up to like 1,000. And I'm in like my 8th book with Fantagraphics, for instance. So like, I have an agent, so I can command higher. I think I like 20,000 for Crisis Zone, for instance. Like, that was my 6th book. I was a known quantity. there was a knowledge to like what I could sell, and that book had a lot of heat, so got a decent advance. And I don't grub about for big advances. I don't care. I prefer to get the money on the back end. If you get it all up front, that's sort of all you're going to see, and then it's gone. And then by the book comes out a year later, and then like a year after that, that's when your royalties are kind of due. So it's like, I don't. My agent's always like, we've got to get the big advance, and I'm like, I don't care. I don't really want the big advance, but But yeah, that's that to me that's like a huge advance. I think I got 10,000 for the French Crisis Zone. And a lot of these deals, like you've got like French and Spanish stuff going on. We'll get like 700 to 1,000 euros. And that's kind of all you'll see. But they'll sell like 2,000 or 3,000 copies of our books, and
Yeah, I think
so it's fun.
2,000 euros for my French book, and then I think
That's pretty good.
Yeah,
That's good.
it was good. It was like except for I think I told you this, that I was waiting for the advance, and the euro was like going down. And I was just watching it become like go from like $2,400 down to $2,200, and then $1,800. Just pay me already.
Yeah. Stop eyeing off that Maserati leasing website. We've got to stop looking at those boats that we wanted to go in on, those boats and those timeshares.
Yeah.
But anyway, transparency. We're being transparent right now. I see a lot of calls for transparency and openness from professionals and the money they get. So we're trying to be open.
A money manga chat one day.
Yeah, money chat. We'll all wear business suits, slick back hair, wolves of Wall Street. But yeah, it's just working your way up. Young cartoonists, it's just working your way up. You can, and you can't entirely rely on the publishers, as I've said before. You still want to be doing your own zines and your own thing, and you can't just expect them to magically get you a ton of press and just magically sell your book, because it is a fractured journalistic landscape, and it's hard to get press for this stuff, and there's a lot of noise online, and I don't know.
Like, twice on this Best Regards comic, then I book advances, and it's like it's how publishing is the way.
Woof! It's bingo.
Yeah.
Woof. Yeah, 2,000. That's real good. Like, I think my French publisher was trying to give me like 700 or something, 700 euros, and I was like, hang on. And so I took the 10,000 from this other publisher, and then that publisher stopped answering emails. So now I'm with another publisher, the Mansion Press. But that's good. You're commanding good prices in France. This is
commanding. Yeah,
it's a magical success story. You're an inspiration to the youth, Josh Pettinger. There's a lot of kids watching, like, wow. Gosh,
you too can have 2,000 euros.
Well, yeah, and you got a free trip to Toulouse, and you're going to Angoulême. Your Angouleme's paid for, isn't it?
Yeah, Angouleme's all paid for, all expenses paid.
Oh, look at that. That's magic.
Yep. Looking at it today, I was thinking about spending some extra days in Paris and seeing how much I can rinse, for that. But we'll see.
We take them for all they've got, for all they're worth, But anyway, back end business chat there, manga chat. It's evolved into a bit of transparent business chat. But
number chat.
Yeah, there is money to be made in comics.
Yeah,
it is a rough business. I do wish the reader base. I feel like that's the main thing. It's just the American reader base is so little compared to like France or Belgium or Japan or whatever. That's our biggest hurdle. Yeah, that's our biggest hurdle. Like, it really is readership. Like, so that's why I really just feel like we got to just try and sell books to people and get people to read comics and not drive them away with wacky antics. And hopefully that's what we're doing with Manga Chat, Josh.
I think so. We can. I think we're doubling the audience. I don't know.
Yeah, at least adding 2 or 3 people on. But just I don't know. Want to take care of the young cartoonists, the future of comics, and just it all needs to be propagated and propped up. And this thing will die. I've just been worried about comics dying recently.
Yeah,
it feels like a sinking ship in a way. I mean, in terms of technology, I just mean like we're looking against the internet and just like new forms of entertainment, and just will young people keep on reading comics? I guess they will, because Webtoon's popping off, but
Yeah. I don't fully understand this comment. I like hearing about what you guys make in advances because most people I talk to have middle grade comic advance money, which is so different than what I'm interested in.
Yeah, I mean the YA stuff. Yeah, you're talking like six figures, 100K, like 50K, like 230,000, as we're hearing inexplicably about this small publisher and this artist. Yeah, I mean we were talking alternative comics and the kind of weird shit Josh and I make. Yeah, it's like 1,000 to 2,000 is standard for an advance for like your first or second book, and yeah,
Yeah.
but, so it's not a livable wage by any stretch, and I don't think you can expect a living wage. You can't expect dental insurance and 60, 70K for a book that's going to sell 2,000 copies. Like you
No,
just cannot expect. It's a
I mean,
hobbyist medium in a way.
yeah, and I mean not just from the publisher either. Like, you can make it. You can make it. I don't know about living wage, but you can make it by doing the stuff yourself, self-publishing,
Yeah.
selling pages, multiple income streams.
Yeah, it's just about getting some heat. I mean, yeah, even with the publisher, I mean, I feel like I sell my books more than the publisher. Like, I mean, I've had great features. It's in tandem. Like, I get great features, like, big magazines sometimes, and I've sort of knocked off most of the ones that, on the bucket list, and that's great. But yeah, at the same time, I'm very aware that in tandem, you have to be really pushing it online and posting work as much as you can and sort of, being jovial online. It's a real tightrope walk. But yeah,
Yeah,
there's the zines. We've said before, it's like I make more from the zines than I do from the trade or library market. But yeah,
yeah,
but you got to get that foothold, like because it helps because I have all the books in the bookstores and like all the press. Then people will come to the zines, and then the people that read the zines will come to the books, and it just all works together. But yeah, and I got big on Tumblr like 10 years ago. And then it took me years to build up Instagram, and I've never really gelled with Twitter. I've never built that up, but you've built your following up, Josh, to like past like 10,000 followers in the past like couple of years. Like you're part of like a crew with me and Nate and Cowdrey and Alex Graham and Jasper Jubenville, and there's all different people. That's Ethan Llewellyn's sort of part of it now. We're always boosting him up, and Anand and Bubbles, and just
yeah.
Rahel Suskind and Vit Moretta, and just and a high fish, and just you all sort of hype each other up, and you have to find your crew and just keep pushing stuff and making good work. I mean that's the most important thing. When people are going to flock to good work, people aren't going to listen to a bad song.
No,
People want to listen to an earworm pop song, and that pop song, if it's a really good fucking song, it's going to get out there. People are going to hear it. Just, oh, whoa, what's that? So it takes a long time.
Drake of comics.
Yeah, you have to suck for a while, like Drake. Back and forth between sucking. I'm sucking right now. I put out some, sort of, what I perceive the market is calling dud books. It's peaks and valleys.
Yeah.
But yeah, you really do have to push through the indifference. I think a little bit. I had times, approaching my 30s where it's oh fuck, and I'm a failure, and I suck, and you get depressed. But yeah. It goes back to just trying to impress yourself with your comics and your friends, just trying to, make your friends laugh or cry or whatever the fuck you're trying to do. But,
Yeah.
and then moving out into a broader audience slowly. Or you could just be content to live in obscurity. You get those like blustery artists that are like, oh, I hate capitalism and making money, and I hate careerists, and I'm just going to be a coke dealer and work in construction. It's like, okay, good for you, mate. Some of us have children to feed and aspire to actually owning a fucking house someday and having some security and be going to help out their drug addicted mother. Like, fuck you like a reverse elitist. Like, like, yeah.
Scum. Subhuman scum.
Indeed, in the immortal words of Alan Partridge, subhuman scum. Yeah, I think in Crisis Zone, Wilf Jones calls someone subhuman scum, and like, yeah, it's just from Alan Partridge. Just like used that, and but someone was just, oh my god, plagiarist, and they just like gotcha, and they were just like screaming at me in the comments about, so right, I'm not. I think they said I was ripping off Peep Show as well, and I was like, are there any examples of that? And they were like, oh no. But I was like, what are you saying? But yeah, they were so mad about it. It's like, yeah, you got me. I just vaguely quoted something from Alan Partridge. I've quoted stuff from How I Met Your Mother, The Simpsons. Like Al says, like calm blue ocean, like Mrs. Hoover. But he's literally quoting The Simpsons in the comic. Like,
Yeah.
That's in my mind, like in real life, we quote stuff from things that we like with our friends, and so why would my characters? I give them the freedom to do that, and it gives me the freedom to plagiarize jokes that already exist. So it really benefits me, this mindset.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
Today I posted a comic strip after hearing a friend's anecdote. Took them completely by surprise, and they loved it. That can be dicey doing that.
I think it's lovely. My reaction was like, "That's lovely." Yours was like, "Oh, you're in trouble, Ed."
Yeah, I don't know if it's just like, taking someone's life or things they've said directly. I think, I mean,
Well, if the comic was an example of their friend going on a child sex tour to Cambodia and admitting to that, that might be a bit dicey. But if it was just them doing something funny or light,
it's like you ever say something funny in front of a friend, and then you hear them like say that same, like try and make the same joke as if they just forgotten that you just said that to them.
Yeah.
That
happens all the time. I stole well-wiped assholes from Klaus, who stole it from Kim Deitch. Well, he told it in anecdote form, and he credited Kim Deitch, but I didn't. I just stole it earlier. Yeah, fantastic term. Harker messaged me at 7:30 this morning, actually woke me up. He was like, "What was the exact wording of that Kim Deitch thing?" And I was like, "Well-wiped assholes." But yeah, fantastic turn of phrase. Like, well, Gary Groth is a well-wiped asshole. Like, it just works so well. Fantastic.
Printmaster Zach says you're the one who said it louder. That's true. I guess if you just yell it, you're fine.
Yeah, I made it mine. It's mine now. Dispute it, Dan. Get on Twitter and fucking dispute it. Come at me, brah.
Should we wrap this up? I think that dog bark was Bingo wanting to be taken out, but
you're gonna take him out. What's that?
Do we have any more plugs or anything? Do you buy any gossip, any hot news?
No, I think that was the bulk of my new comics that have come into the house in the past 2 weeks. It's been a bit slow. I'm glad that Ethan Llewellyn said this Burning movie was also good.
Yeah,
I got a bunch of movies and stuff.
DVD corner.
No, I can't be fucked. You got to go and walk bingo, and we just did lots of random rambling at the back, and probably said something that'll get us in trouble. So it's probably best to just shut it down. And I got a Christmas card to draw, and you've got to go and milk feces out of a dog.
Yeah.
Thanks for tuning in. We'll be back in the next week or so, hopefully, with our best of 2023 list.
All right.
Maybe we'll get a fun guest on at the end to talk about their top 10.
Yeah. Well, we should get. Yeah. We should just take Bubbles' thing and just have loads of people come in and say their top 10 and spoil.
Had a little parade, 5 minutes per person or something.
Then kick them out. Yeah.
Yeah. So all right, you've had your time on your bike, cycle Cleveland. Yeah.
All right. Thanks for watching.
Yeah. Cheers, cunts.